Imagine you're trying to give instructions to a robot, but you don't tell it where to start or where to stop, when to stop. What do you think would happen? It would probably get confused or obviously do the wrong thing. Hi, I am Uvi and this is CodeBuddy. I'm your coding best friend, and in our last video we learned what pseudocode is. Now we are going to learn something even more important. We are going to learn how to structure it properly. Pseudocode is not just random steps, it follows a clear structure, just like a story. Think of it like telling someone a story. It has a beginning, it has steps in the middle, also it has an ending. If your structure is messy, most probably your program probably may be messy too. So let's begin. Just like following a recipe to bake cookies, programs also follow step in order. First, you do step number one, then you do step number two, step number three, and each instruction happens one at a time. So, from start to finish, they go sequentially, and this flow we call it the sequential flow. It's how computers know what to do after what they finished doing. So, you need to put that in your mind that whatever they tell the computer, it must do this specific task now, and then after this task it must do this one, after that it must do this one, after that it must do that one. And the reason why we tell it like that, because good people, computers are dumb. We are the one who are smarter than computers, so we have to tell them like we're explaining to a 1 year old child. So let's begin with the most important parts, the start and the end. These tell the computer where the program begins and where it finishes. Think of it like this: start is like saying, okay, now let's begin, and end is like saying, we are done, full stop. Every good pseudocode has these in it. So you need to be careful when you are writing your pseudocode, because you need your start and you need your end. So let's get inside that start and end. Inside the start and end, is how does the program get the information? That's where input comes in. Input means you asking for the information. So, for example, you can ask the user for their name, you can ask for their age, you can ask for their date of birth, um, ethnicity, gender, so forth. So, the input is like you asking a question. What is your name? So, without the input, your program basically doesn't know anything. So, it requires the information from the user so that it can do the processes. And also we have an output. After getting the information, what do we do next? We show back, and this is called the output. Output means we are displaying the results. So after you're done asking for the name, maybe you wanted to have a greeting. Hello, um, Uvi, for example, and then that Uvi was the input, and now the output is hello Uvi. So the output is displaying the results. So think of it like that. It's like the computer is speaking back to you. Input is asking, and then output is answering. And we also have a way to store values, which is called set. So this one is also powerful because set means storing a value inside a variable. So you can imagine it's like putting something inside the box, and that box is called a variable, and the value is what is inside the box. This helps the program to remember things. Without the set property, we wouldn't be able to store values. So if you look at the example that I brought here, set age is that variable and 18 is the value. Think of age as a box labeled as age, and then you put 18 inside that box and then you store it somewhere. And then after in a while, you can go and get that 18 after you are done doing whatever that you were going to do because it's stored in a safe place. So here's a full example program. So when we start, we're going to begin our program. We're going to input the name by asking the user what is their name, and we're going to output by saying hello name, and then we are going to end and greet them, and then we finish. So this is where we go. We need to remember this. We are always starting our program by the keyword start because that's where we begin our journey. And then we input the name. We ask the user what is their name. This is where we get the information. And then we're going to set their name inside our variable or inside our box so that we can be able to use it for later. And then that we output by saying hello, the name that was given by the user. And then that's how we greet the user by displaying our friendly message. After all this, we are going to end our program. This is where the program stops, and for every pseudocode, it follows this blueprint. So we are following each step, we're following a step by step um, sequence basically, and that's how easy it is to create your own pseudocode. So for you, I have a practice challenge. So now it's your turn. I want you to try this. I want you to write a pseudocode that asks a user for their age and then display it. That will be your homework for now. And if, as I have said in our last video, if you're not sure with your pseudocode, you must make sure that after you write it, you give someone with no experience in coding or whatsoever. If they understand what is going on, then your pseudocode is perfect. So let's recap real quick. So we know that the keyword start is where we begin our journey or our program, and we get the information by using the keyword input. We also output the results with the keyword output, and we store values using set, and end is where we finish our program. In the next video, we are going to go deeper. We will learn about variables in data. If you enjoyed this and you think it was educational, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And remember, coding is not typing, it's thinking. And our number one rule is computers are dumb. We are the ones who are smart. Thank you, everyone. I am Uvi, and this is Code Buddy.